My 12-year-old discovered a VCR and thought it was rocket science. I still use a VCR. My son, who was 12 at the time, was at a friend's house and saw one. He asked what it was, and his friend told him it was a VCR. My son asked what it did, and his friend said he didn't know. My son came home and asked me if I knew what a VCR was. I told him I did, and he asked what it did. I told him it played movies. He asked if we had one, and I told him we did. He asked if it still worked, and I told him it did. He asked if we had any movies for it, and I told him we did. He asked if he could watch one, and I told him he could. I went to the closet and pulled out the VCR. I hooked it up to the TV and put in a movie. My son sat down to watch it. After a few minutes, he asked me how to pause it. I told him to press the pause button. He pressed it, and the movie paused. He asked me how to unpause it, and I told him to press the pause button again. He pressed it, and the movie started playing again. After a few more minutes, he asked me how to fast forward. I told him to press the fast forward button. He pressed it, and the movie started fast forwarding. He asked me how to stop it, and I told him to press the play button. He pressed it, and the movie started playing again. After the movie was over, he asked me how to rewind it. I told him to press the rewind button. He pressed it, and the movie started rewinding. He asked me how to stop it, and I told him to press the stop button. He pressed it, and the movie stopped. He looked at me and said, "This is the most complicated thing I've ever seen."